G'day everyone, this is Dean and today I'm reviewing the Nisi V7 filter holder system. So I'll do a full review on this. I'm going to compare it to the previous version, the V6, and also if you're unfamiliar with this filter system, I'll do a run through and just show you how it all works. Okay, let's get started. So before I start this review, I just want to quickly show you how this filter system works in case you're unfamiliar with it. So it's a drop-in filter system, not a circular filter system. And the advantages for that are that you only have one filter system and you're not buying multiple circular filters for every different filter thread size that you have. So this kit will come with different step rings and this main ring that will allow you to use these filters on four different size filters, four different size filter front thread sizes there. So it covers 67mm, 72, 77 and 82. So if any of your lenses are that size, then this system will fit. If it's outside of that size, you then just buy yourself another step ring, which is one of these, which are very not expensive at all. Okay, so you just use a step ring to attach to another lens. And what this will do is this will attach onto the front of your lens here, and now you're able to drop in. There's two different styles of filters that we use. We have a square filter that we refer to as an ND filter. So that would go in here. It covers the whole lens, and what that does is it's generally used to slow down our shutter speed. So it enables us to shoot long exposures during the middle of the day. The other filter that we use, and the ones that I really love and the ones that make a massive difference, are these graduated filters. So these we again will place into the holder, but these are adjustable, so we can slide them up and down. And we would use it in a situation like here. I've actually got one on this video camera because the sky is a lot brighter than this darker area down in the foreground. So we can use that to control our exposure and to even the exposure out. Also, once it's on the camera, then we can also rotate this into whatever position we want. It doesn't have to be vertical. So that's the main advantages of this. And of course, once you've got your filter set up, then you don't need to be buying other filters. Doesn't matter what size lens you have and what size it is on the front here. You only need one of these adapters to make it all fit. Okay, so that's how it all works. Let's get into this review of the Nisi V7. Okay, so first I want to just run through the contents of what you get in this V7 kit. So you get this great pouch. This holds all the contents of the actual kit, and as you can see, you can attach it to the leg of your tripod, which makes it really convenient for when you're out shooting. So you get a protection cap. You will get 3 step rings, a 67, a 72 and a 77. So they will fit those size lenses, and then you get the main ring here, that's an 82mm, and you get the holder, so 3 slot holder, and of course you get the circular polariser, which I have fitted in there. Okay, so that's the contents of the kit. Let's now just talk about the differences between the V6 and the V7, and then once I've done that, I'll just run through and show you how to set it up on the camera. So Nisi has made 3 main improvements on the V7 over the V6. So let me just run through those and show you what they are. So the first one is this locking mechanism here. So on the V6 version, we had 2 pins. We had a locking pin and also a release pin. So they've done away with the 2-pin system, incorporated into the 1 unit. I've been using this filter system this week, and this is a fantastic upgrade. I love it. You've just got that 1 pin there to put the filter holder on and off, and then once you're on, you lock it with this little thumb wheel here. So great improvement. I've really enjoyed using it. And a fantastic improvement over the V6. Now the other difference that they have made is in the actual, well, it's 2 things to do with the polariser. The first is how the polariser connects onto the 82mm ring. So it now connects via a bayonet system instead of screwing into a thread as did the V6. So now it's very easy. We just hold the wheels that actually rotate the polariser, we hold those, and if I turn that anti-clockwise a small amount, the polariser comes off. And you can see the 3 marks on here. We just line that up with the 3 marks on the polariser. Just line those up, and then we turn it clockwise and it's locked in. So then we just use these 2 wheels to rotate our polariser into position. So that again is a fantastic improvement. To be honest, the V6, the screw-in version, didn't really bother me too much because I tend to put my polariser on, and because I'm only shooting landscapes, it stays on the whole time. But I know a lot of people that were using the system that were continually taking the polariser on and off, sometimes found it a bit tricky to find that thread and to screw it in. So I think Nisi have done a fantastic job in updating that way that the polariser connects on. It's really quick and easy. I've actually been taking it off this week, on and off, just to to sort of see how quick and easy it is and whether it's nice to use. And we're doing it off camera and once it's set on the camera, and it is really, really fast and easy to take it off, and it's very definite that it is on. So great improvement there. The other thing they've done is they've actually changed the polariser itself. So the previous V6 model used what they call the landscape enhanced polariser, and that had slight contrast and slight saturation that was added to it. So they've gone to this new version which they're calling the true colour polariser. So it basically gives you true correct colour with no colour cast or anything at all. Most polarisers, even just a standard polariser, will slightly warm the image by adding a slight yellow tone to it. So this new true colour polariser by Nisi doesn't do that, it eliminates that. And the reasoning behind it is that it then gives you a really good base image to work off, because it's as correct as it can be, rather than shooting an image and having a slight colour cast or extra contrast or saturation. It gives you a fantastic base to work off for your editing. So I'll be testing that during the week, and I'll put up some images at the end of this video just to show you the difference between the true colour polariser and the previous enhanced landscape polariser. And Nisi are talking about bringing a version of this bayonet type system in for this V7 model in the landscape polariser a little bit later on, so that may be available. Okay, so that's the 3 main differences. Everything else is the same as far as components go. Everything is the same. The clip system on the V7 is the same as the V6. If you happen to have an older V5, I've had all of these holders from V5, V5 Pro and V6. I've been using this system for probably 5 years now. If you happen to have the older V5 system, then this is a much better system. When they change the clip system on the V6, what it does is it grabs the filter. I'll just grab one out and show you. Most of these filter holders, what they do is they will clamp onto the filter holder, will clamp onto the filter this way, and then if you can imagine, you know, clamping both ways or both sides of the filter, it can be hard to slide it up and down and to get a nice sort of smooth action. So in the V6, and what they've continued in the V7, is to use this clip system that is completely different, where it actually presses onto this edge of your filter. So now you're only sort of clamping onto the edge of the filter, and it makes it much easier to slide up and down. So as you can see, and it's really critical for your graduated filter, because you need to be able to slide that up and down to get it into place. It has to be positioned, you know, exactly where you want it in the frame. So that is the same. Your step rings are all the same. And the other thing that hasn't changed is the cap. So the cap on the V7 is exactly the same as the V6. Okay, that's the differences and the improvements in the V7. Now let me go through and I'll just set this up on the camera and show you how the whole system comes together. So in putting the V7 system onto your camera, the first thing you need to do is you need to find out what size this filter thread is here. If it happens to be 82mm, then your main ring, that main ring will screw straight on because that's 82mm. If it's not, then you need to use one of the step rings. This one here is 72, I believe. So I need to find the 72mm step ring, and I need to screw it onto the camera, onto the front of the lens. And this is important that you do it in this sequence. Don't screw this onto the 82mm adapter ring. So you want to put this onto your lens first. And I've got a really good video on how to set up the V6, so have a look at that if you want, and I'll probably do a new video on this V7 as well, how to set it up correctly, and a few little tips and tricks. So put that on and keep that on fairly firm. And then what you want to do is you'll then take your 82mm main ring and you'll then thread it onto that step ring. So he threads on there. And the trick with this system is don't do this up too tight. You only want to just nip that up and it won't come undone. And then what happens is when you take that back off, it'll come off and the step ring will stay on your lens and not get jammed into the 82mm ring there. Okay, so that is now on, and we've got these two little wheels here that rotate that polariser, and I've showed you how to take that on and off. You simply just hold those, rotate that anti-clockwise, polariser comes off, line up your three little white notches, put it back on, turn it clockwise so it tightens up, and that is now good to go. So that's your polariser. And then with the holder itself, we've got two little notches in here. So just at the back of here, you can see two little notches. So they will locate behind the lip on this 82mm ring. And then this little locking wheel here will lock it in. So I do it the same way all the time. I'm right-handed, so I keep this on the right-hand side of the camera. And I just place these two behind here, and then I bring it back in and then just lever it on. And once it's on, just make sure that it is on, you've got it on. You can then rotate it around to wherever you want. And then of course we've got this locking wheel, and on the back of it we've got lock and unlock, so it's very simple. It's also intuitive because you wind it clockwise, you wind it the way you would think you would wind it to lock or unlock. So that now locks that holder. I can unlock it, so if I wanted to put that on a 45, I can lock it wherever I want. So that's all set. Let's just put it in the vertical position, and I'll just quickly show you, there is a place for these filters. So with your ND square filters, these need to always go into the very first slot, the one closest to the lens. And you need to have the felt at the back. These are a little bit dirty because I've been down the beach. And the easiest way to remember is just put the Nisi writing to the top. You can see on the back here of these filters, the felt is different in the thicknesses. It's wide on two sides and skinny on the other two sides. So we need the skinny sides into the slots. So I always remember, and I teach it on my workshops, is to keep that writing at the top. So they will always go into that first slot, and you want to bring them down so as it covers any of the gaps, and that felt will then create a light seal so you don't get any light leaks in there for your long exposures. Once that is in, you can then use your graduated filters, and again you would always put this into the next slot available. Don't leave gaps. If you leave gaps between your filters, you can get light sort of bouncing around in there. And then this is the one that we need to set to the scene, so we would raise it up and down to where it is. So that's basically how you use it. It's really simple. The other fantastic thing I want to talk about with this system is how you can use it on a wide angle lens. So this lens here is equivalent to 15mm full frame, and I can shoot that at 15mm full frame. I can use 3 filters plus a polariser. I can rotate this holder to wherever I want on a 45, and there's no vignetting. The lens does not see the edge of the holder. It's absolutely fantastic, and it's very hard to find in other filter holder systems. I've used some other brands in the past, and it's always been a problem with vignetting on wide angle lenses. So again, the V6 and the V5 before it, they had no vignetting on these wide angle lenses, and that feature is retained on the V7. So fantastic, well done Nisi once again. So that's it, that's the new V7 filter holder system from Nisi, which suits the 100mm filters. Fantastic holder. As I say, I've been using it for a week, really loving the new features on it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you've got any questions at all, just hit me up below with a comment, and I'll get straight back to you. And now I'm going to go and take some photos. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Ciao.